Jasper, Jim Morris, Canadian Press. I guess it looked like almost two different teams from the first half to the second half for your team, or maybe explain what happened in the second half to turn it around for you folks.
Yeah, we played with a little bit more urgency in the second half. Also, I think that we had some better positions with the ball in the second half. We had we were not disciplined in the first half with the ball. We were also sloppy to begin with, which gave them a lot of corner kicks, a lot of momentum that was difficult for us to handle. Then I think we got hold of our play and it looked better, and then they scored a banger, and it was a very beautiful goal. But of course, a little unfortunate to concede at that point, where I thought that we were finally getting into the game. But in the second half, I think that we pushed hard, adjusted a few things, especially on our, when in a positions. I think Kenji had not the right position in the first half, and he had a better position in the second half, so we could possess a bigger threat. I think Sabi had a better position in the second half, so we had more better central positions, and that allowed us to get hold of the play and create some chances.
Maybe to just talk about Brian White, missed, I guess, about basically a month of play, comes in, I think the 60th minute, and then scores the big tying goal. Just talk about what he means to this team.
Yeah, he possesses a goal-scoring threat. He's a good player and has been for years, and is of course a guy that's been, one of the biggest stars in this club over the past years, and he's obviously a guy that also gives some momentum to his teammates when he gets on the pitch. Yeah, he's been out for a while, and it was nice to have him back. Not that Ryan did not do well, because I think that he really did and showed a lot of promise. But great to have Brian back, and of course scoring a goal was a great scenario for us also, because that really helps us getting him back on the score sheet, and it's always nice to see Brian on the pitch.
Joshua Ray, Area 51 Sports Network. Jesper, just obviously not a good first half. You were obviously not happy with it. Just what was your message at halftime?
Yeah, we've been behind before. It's not a big thing. We're behind with one goal. Not panicking, but there was no need for that. Pushing a little bit in the way we pressed the ball. And also, as I talked to you about the positioning when we had the ball, had to be much better in the second half, than it was. And then, of course, the quality we played with the ball, so we did not concede as many turnovers. And we had a lot of transition moments in the first half we could avoid it, but also gave them too much momentum, I think.
First start in a while for Giuseppe Povolina. Kind of had a rough night. Just what did you make of his game tonight, and how he can improve going forward?
No, I think that he did well. I think that it was difficult. Our pressure was not the best in the first half, and he got up in one situations against a very good player also. I think he handled it decently, and I think he really, in terms of having played for a long time, I think that he really did well. Physically, when you haven't played matches from the start for a long time, then it's really important that you keep up in training sessions, and Giuseppe always does that. And I think that it was great to see that he also physically was able to maintain the pace of the game, and also get better and better along the longer the game went. So I think it's only natural that you have a little bit of rust when you haven't been playing for a while, and I think he did very well, also possessing a threat from the back area.
Nathan Durek, Area 51 Sports Network. The addition of Ali Ahmed at halftime really seemed to kind of galvanize your attacking prowess. Since he's come back from injury, Ali has definitely been a force in this team. Can you talk about what he offered you today, and kind of what he's been doing over the past month and a half?
He's. I think he played very well before he got injured, and now after he's come back, he also has the freshness. Of course, the motivation to get back from an injury and to get going again. We also have seen that he can make a difference offensively and create the flow together with Thomas against Philly, and now together with Kenji in the second half, and also in Kansas. So they could play well off each other. And I think that he's played with a lot of quality and is a player that seems to cause a lot of trouble for the opponents, and that's always nice to see. They have to back off a little bit more, which allows us to get high up the pitch.
Ever since Balahal Booni has come into this lineup, I think it's been about 5 games that he's kind of started in a row. He seemed to kind of grow from strength to strength. Can you talk a bit about how he's grown into the squad, the position he now holds within the squad, and where you kind of see him going in the future?
I think that we have been talking about Bilal the last couple of games, after the last couple of games, and I think it's very fair. He has been doing very well, as you also mentioned yourself. I think he's been growing from game to game, gets more confidence, get more acquainted with his teammates and the players he plays next to, and I think he's been doing excellent. We've not conceded many goals in this period, and he's definitely been a great part of that. He covers the backspace very well with his speed, and also with the ball, he also good at playing some passes that starts off our attack. I think him and Matthias, it's been unbelievable how they've been playing. When we think about, they haven't been playing together before, and not many thought that we would play with those two guys when we start off the season. So I think it's a ton of credit to Bilal for also keeping his composure and working well on the training ground and be ready whenever the chance was there, and that's great. And now he's getting his reward and really growing from the games.
Simon Fudge, Soccer Talk Vancouver. I want to speak to you about Matthias Laborda and on set pieces, and in recent times how good he's been to get on the end of things, particularly Sebastian's set pieces into the box with their corners, and was influential tonight. Flicked it on to White for the goal, and almost created something very early in the second half. Have you been seeing his ability with the way that he can attack the ball in the opposition box as being something that you want to make the most of in every part of your set piece setups?
Matthias has great timing. He's a player who's fearless and always ready to attack the balls with good timing and with a lot of power. And I think that he's it's a strength he has. At the moment, it's been him. Earlier on, it was maybe a couple of other guys. We also saw a week ago it was Tristan getting on the back end of one. But the serve is important, but also the timing between Sebastian and Matthias has been very, very good. And it's great work, by the coaching staff. Also to put the players in the positions that they can profit from, and also but Matthias is very good at this, and he is very difficult to handle. He doesn't need much space to get up and also direct the ball. And we also saw it was very close for Sabi in the beginning of the second half. Almost came on the end of the ball in the back stick. So I think it was he's very, very good at this.
You gave Ryan Alumi a start tonight when he got an hour of play. I thought did some good things, certainly did his best to hold up the ball. He's got a very soft touch and being able not just to get possession, but then distribute as well. What did you think of that display from him tonight? Very good.
Very good. You have a player who plays his first game a very short time after he's been part of the group, first game from the start, of course. Short time after he's been part of the squad, and I think that he's been, surprising everybody with his strength and also with his football IQ. I think he blends well into the team and the flow of the game and knows where the ball has to go and is in front of the situations before he receives the ball. Of course he needs to build up his physical fitness and so he can keep up with the intensity of this game, but it will be unnatural if a young man like that just could step in and also be able to do that for 90 minutes. I think it was very promising what we saw from Ryan today, and it's always easy coming in a game where you're up 5-0 or something, and everything is going well. But it's not as easy when you get off to a bad start as a team, and you're a young man up front, and you play a little bit more alone, and you are not as connected to your teammates because we're a little bit too spread out on the pitch. And I think he did very well in the hold-up play, and I also think that he had the timing in his run deep, and I think that he had a good understanding of not getting into trouble with the ball, and now he also just needs to show that he wants to take the next step. He's a big talent, and we are there to help him, but he has to show that he wants to take the next step, and then he will also become a good player.
Alex Gongiruzik, One Soccer. Jesper, obviously 2 big games coming up. You got another Cascadia game on the weekend and then the final for the Canadian Championship. Just speak to the challenge of balancing those 2 games, the injuries, and just how these next 8 days might look for the team.
Yeah, I don't really have a good overview over it right now. As you said, it's also with the injuries we have right now, we have to balance some things. On the other hand, there are also some things that we can't really balance. So it's gonna be, it's gonna be important for us to take a look at the big picture and don't get caught up in making stupid things. With all the games we've had already, we could also see that a couple of our players look very tired. Kenji looked very tired when he left the pitch. We had some other players that looked tired. So I think it's important that we have a look at the big picture and really manage well. On the other hand, I would say that we look strong in the end. I think our players really look to be in great shape and at a good fitness level, so I was happy with that.
Jesper, your counterpart just spoke a few minutes ago and felt with the chances that Portland created in the first half, they should have been up 4-0. What's your thoughts on the chances and what they did and how your team, Johe, defended early on?
I think Johe did well. I think that, I think they were better in the first half. I think 4-0 would probably have been a lot, but okay. It's not my business to say whatever, how you see the game. But I think Johe kept us in. We gave a lot of set plays and set pieces away, especially corners in the beginning of the game that could have got them ahead, and then they had some opportunities. So of course it was important that we were not further behind at halftime, and that's also why we have a keeper who's allowed to take the ball with his hands, so he can do that sometimes. But he has been playing very well as of late, Johe, and he also kept us in good shape in the first half.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, Jesper. Nice coach. Thank you.
Thank you.